All right. So this little video is singing the praises of the Burgman that got me here to Zaguro, to the sand desert, all the way from Germany. It is stunning. They gave me here at the hotel a little unofficial parking spot under the shade because it was cooking away in the sun. And I couldn't even sit on the seat any longer. It's 45 Celsius right now. And so I'm gonna do this little praise ye Burgman video here in the shade. All right, so far this Burgman has carried me from Regensburg through Germany, through France, through Spain, and through Morocco. I'm pretty much at the south end of Morocco, close to the Algerian border, closer than I actually feel comfortable, because there's always big trouble in Algeria and there are abductions of tourists and stuff like this. So this is as close as I want to get to the border. So this amazing bike, not a screw out of place. The only things that are starting to disintegrate are the ones that I have put on. So for example, here my golden strip is melting off. This is still holding on. The suitcase is holding on well. But I mean, that's all built for the Burgman stuff. This one hasn't disintegrated yet, my connection, because the trunk case is lit. Here the striping is showing quite some signs of wear and tear. Also the cell phone holder here is showing a little bit of weakness. I'm not quite sure why. My phone flew off twice while driving. Luckily I have this life case protection, and so nothing happened to the cell phone. But that's still going strong. This is my tire pressure gauge, which is very important here in the desert, because sometimes your tire can get overinflated very quickly. Well, let's start the Burgie quickly so we can see everything is still in place. One round and it kicks on. Hardly uses any gas. 3.5 liters on average. That's with the desert driving. The mirrors still work. And of course, the windshield still going strong. And so imagine this motorcycle drove me through rain and shine, has been now driving in the desert for a long time. Oh, my lighting came out. So yeah, again, but I self-installed lighting in the trunk case, so that has disintegrated. But this bike is unmodified, just as is, and has carried me through deserts and through mountains and through everything, and nothing breaks. The only tools that I have, the only tools I took along is a little screwdriver set in case I have to tighten something or so, but that wasn't necessary yet. So it's just mind-blowing. And I have been driving many motorbikes. I even had, back then in the 90s, I bought successively 2 brand new RG100s. That's the sort of street version of the Paris-Dakar BMW model way back then in the 90s. And I was thoroughly disappointed with them. I drove with them through all the states and Sierra Madre mountains in Mexico and stuff like this, and it kept breaking. And I mean, everything, and on both bikes, everything kept breaking. from the suspension to speedometer cables to valves starting to bend in great heat. Once in Chicago, in a traffic jam when it was very hot, the gaskets started blowing around the exhaust and stuff. And here, nothing. It is just absolutely superb. So, yay to Burgman and yay to the engineers who built this thing. It is so far, from all the bikes I drove, the absolute most reliable tank, you can call it, that can get you around the world. This is just stunning. The only problems I really had on this trip was, again, as I said, with non-Burgman equipment. So, of course, my GPS doesn't have Morocco loaded and it's just too expensive. So I'm traveling by phone, so to say. And as I drive along, it gets too hot for the phone, so the screen shuts off, and then it stops charging because it's too hot. It gives you the warnings, and then at some point it shuts off altogether. So instead of having it clamped now to the motorbike, I carry it in my side pocket, but at least it keeps running and I can hear the instructions out of my little jacket that I'm wearing. So that's a little bit troublesome. And but otherwise, everything is working just fine. So the problem really is only with the phone. But otherwise, this has been uneventful from a technical perspective. So I'll quickly finish up. Inside the hotel room, you can see the air conditioner above me. Because again, the phone, even though I was in the shade, started shutting down again, gave me warnings that it's going to switch off the screen. And well, it wasn't charging anyway. But so I'm hooked up to the computer right now. It's getting juice. And I'll quickly finish up. So the motorcycle is a Burgman 650 Executive from the year 2018. One of the last of the line before they stopped producing them. It was first on the road 2 years later in 2020. Didn't have many kilometers on it. When I bought it in 2023 in October. So I've had it for 10 months, something like this roughly. I've put on about 20,000 kilometers or so because I also use it for work. And there's just never anything wrong with this Burgman. It doesn't even use oil. I filled it up nicely in Germany and it's still more than half full. I brought some extra oil along, which I probably won't use at all. So it's just stunning, and it's quiet and it's smooth and it's fast when it needs to be, and just absolutely incredible bike. So again, yay Burgman and the engineers that built it.